Hello, this is EPReaperX, and this is my first StarCraft commentary. And this is Protoss vs Zerg against the Zerg player near, and the map is Shakuras Plateau. And I will be executing a Void Ray Colossus Stalker build, which is very effective against Zerg right now because Zerg at the moment haven't found a counter to the build, and it's quite easy to pull off as you just pretty much stay in your base, go to base, and don't let the Zerg macro too much, and before they set up their economy on the third base, you attack with your Colossus and Void Ray, which will pretty much counter any Zerg unit at the moment. The Colossus Void Rays and Stalker build really is unstoppable at the moment, and not even professional Zergs, Koreans, they can't even hold it off at the moment. And on Korean ladders, European ladders, US ladders, Asian ladders, it's almost impossible to hold off. People have tried going corruptors, which still don't work, as if you just cut back on your Colossus production and your Void Ray production, you can just mass more Stalkers, and pretty much they'll have no other ground army. And 1 to 2 Colossus already will destroy any Roach or Hydra play before the corruptors can get to them. You can also use force fields with sentries or zealots if the opponent is trying to go lings or banelings. Watch out, as zealots don't actually do very well against banelings, but they do amazingly well against zerglings. Force fields too will help you against the zerglings, and your army will pretty much be untouched when you attack the zerg, and it'll be almost impossible for them to attack you or defend your push. What you do need is some scouting, and you should also make sure that the Zerg is not doing anything cheesy, so no 6-pull or 8-pulls. The build basically consists of you making one gate, and then a robo, and then fast expanding, then making a Stargate, a robotics facility, and some more gateways, so you can increase your stalker production, as they're the base of your build. Void Rays 2 will help, as they charge, they'll pretty much soften up any units who are destroying perhaps your corruptors, your Colossus, or your Stalkers. So there's, at the moment, really there is no counter, and it's pretty much an imbalanced build at the moment. Apparently Blizzard will be changing this in the next patch, so that you won't be able to defeat Zerg so easily, as really it's undefeatable at the moment. So right now my Zerg opponent has just fast expanded and is macroing up, and I am pretty much setting up my build and getting some scouting information to make sure that he doesn't go anything cheesy while I stay in my base and turtle up to get my units. As you can see, the Zerg isn't actually making that much drones, and what he should have done is put more drones from his main base and split them up equally between his second and first expansion, so that the mineral count, the economy will be actually better. You can see here that the Zerg's good Overlord placement, and the Overlord easily leaves without being shot down. Also, you can see he's putting the Overlord on the rocks so that I can't do anything cheesy behind the rocks. Right now, I am still working on my base, and soon I should be ready to expand. As you can see, as soon as I build my robotics facility, I will be using observers, as they are crucial to continue scouting after the opponent has made units that will kill any of your probe that run by. At the moment, my opponent only has Roaches, so pretty much any immortals or Void Rays will pretty much just own them up. And there'll be no way, unless there's Hydras, to beat my army. But the problem with the build is that Colossus destroy the Hydras, and if they build, and as I said before, if they build too much corruptors, it'll be too hard for them to make a ground army, and the Stalkers should pretty much own up anything else the Zerg has. The basis behind the build is basically a DPS of the build, which is really high, which allows you to pretty much own anything the Zerg has. This build doesn't work really well with Terran because Void Rays and Colossus aren't actually that well used unless your opponent's pretty much going for a bio ball, which is just Marauders and Marines. If they're going for siege tanks, you should probably look for something like using Phoenix so you can pick up the siege tanks or something like that. So I suggest to only do this build against Zergs who are also macroing up. This also works if you can hold off for Zerg pushes and just counter when you have a bigger army than them. Just make sure you keep scouting and keep on making probes. He still doesn't know what kind of build I'm going for, and he only knows that I've only gone for robotics facility.
I return to serve.
He also knows that I've made an expansion, and that's pretty much it. Now he's going for his third expansion, so he's looking to macro up. But the problem with him is that he isn't making enough drones, because he's trying to make a heavy roach army. This is the problem that I face when I'm playing as a Zerg player. It's also why I play the base race on ladder 1v1s, because it's so hard to keep a good economy all the while making a good unit composition with Zerg. As sometimes if you make overproduced units, you'll fall behind in economy, or vice versa. You might not have enough units to defend any attacks that your opponent throws at you. So the Zerg keeping his macro steady, and me, I've started to make my Stargates, my robotics facility, and I should be making my robotics facility right there. And, make sure you don't get supply drops, because that's a huge issue. If you keep on getting supply drops, your opponent can easily blow up. And remember to use a chrono boost, because when you chrono boost, you can pretty much make units much faster. It even works on warp gates, even though some players don't even use the chrono boost, as sometimes their nexuses don't even have full energy and they don't even use it. And that's one of the reasons why some Protoss lose the game. Also remember to keep on producing drones, or probes, and try to get a 80 probe count. And try to max out your army and push out to your opponent. See if you can beat them. At the moment, I know he has a third base because I've been scouting on my observer, and I know that if I don't attack him soon, I might fall behind in economy, and he might actually just counter my build. But I'm still pretty sure, and I'm pretty sure that I can beat him. So I keep on making my units, and I should be researching thermal land soon, because thermal lands pretty much just owns up any of the Hydras or Roaches with the massive range. Also, what you should be looking to do is when the Corruptors or Mutas are attacking your Void Rays or Colossus, get your Stalkers in a control group and focus fire the Corruptors and Mutas one by one, while the Colossus and Void Rays should already have destroyed the Zerg army. Right now you can see he's making a Spire, which means he's going to make Corruptors or Mutas depending on what he's scouting to build. He's seen I've gone Void Ray, but he hasn't seen me gone Colossus, so that's probably why he's gone Corruptors. He can't go Muta Harass because it's not that strong against Stalkers, especially with sentries with the Guardian Shields, because the Muta's damage pretty much doesn't even hit the Stalkers when there's a Guardian Shield. As you can see, he's still trying to send Overlords there, but I'm trying to catch the Overlords out, and pretty much, yeah. He's keeping his creep spread open, but I think he should use more Overlords to creep spread around the map, take more map control by getting extra green to make the creep spread. Right now I'm making my Colossus more Void Rays, and I should be ready to push out soon. As you can See, I've taken this Zelnago shrine closer to his base so that I can have more map control. You can see his overlord placement is still pretty good. Close to my second base, although I can't see them. And also close to the rocks so that he can see any rushes, as I've said. Right now, he doesn't really have much corruptors, and if he doesn't make enough, my army will pretty much just own up him. And if he makes too much, well, the same happens. So that's pretty much how Zerg can't deal with this build, and yeah. Also, if you look at the drone count, I actually still have more drones than him, even though I'm just on free base. So right now, I think I should be choosing to push out because my army is really big right now, and I can pretty much own up what he sends me. Because I have an observer, and I can only see he has 4 corruptors and around just 5 hydras. My colossus will already own the top. Tries to attack, but his army is just too weak. The colossus and the void at the same time, especially when the void gets charged up. See, he's made more corruptors, but you'll just see how easily I do it to stand up. Now you can stop the fire the corruptors. Void raising beasts are still alive. Once they're charged up fully, the void corruptors really fast. The mortals are also going to be explosives that are coming back. See, he's pretty much lost the game here. He's lost the game, and there's nothing he can do. I already have my 3rd base up and should be ready to match up, but he's ready. GG, and yeah. So this is pretty much how you execute a board race stalker. And I suggest you for his patch because it's pretty fucking outrage. So yeah, I'll see you later. It's EPReaperX, and goodbye.